Tasty food and sex. Delicious foods like creams and chocolates and strawberries and all that jazz upon your genitals.
We're going to talk about our experiences with food and sex and what we think of it.
Good foods to use, whether or not you want to try it out for yourself.
I don't actually have that much experience with food and sex.
Neither.
Because I'm not too keen on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of people when you're growing up, it's one of the first sort of sexually adventurous things that you hear about.
Exactly.
And then you think, oh yes, food and sex, that sounds really fun and sexy. And
it's just
they
like,
joke about it a lot.
I love food and I love sex.
Love food.
Like, they're both my, like, two biggest pleasures in life. But for some reason, I'm not fussed about them being together.
No.
I mean,
there's something off-putting about it.
There is.
I guess it depends on what kind of food you use.
Yeah.
Because if you're using something like a carrot or a cucumber or a courgette to fuck yourself with, that's completely different to being with a partner and covering yourself in cream and chocolate and having them eat it off
so
of
there's
you.
sort of different types of things you can do with food and sex as well. But yeah, I think it's because, like, it's so messy, sticky, and also the thought of having like cream or like honey or chocolate in my vagina just does not appeal to me, because I feel like that's gonna make it dirty.
Or like feel sticky or feel gross, or you have to shower afterwards. But just want to reiterate, it doesn't work like that. Your vagina, any hole, is self-cleaning. So if you do play around with food, do not worry and think that you're going to get some kind of disease infection.
No.
It doesn't work like that. If anything, the most that will happen is that maybe it doesn't react with your body so well, and you might get thrush, or you might get a bit of funny smelling discharge. Again, no biggie. Have fun with it if it's something that interests you.
Yeah, because there are loads of fun things that you can do with food and sex. So many fun things.
I mean, I've done stuff with cream, definitely squirty cream.
Yeah.
You're sitting there with your boyfriend, you get the squirty cream out for dessert, and you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you have like a little squirty cream fight, do a bit on a nipple.
Yeah.
It's never been on my pussy though. It's always been nipples.
To be honest, like, I wouldn't rule it out completely, because
definitely not.
Especially if it was like sweet things. Because I can see more like that.
And you get things like chocolate flavoured lube, and you can get things from Ann Summers, like, you know, melt your own chocolate pot with your paintbrushes on there.
Sweetie underwear.
Sweetie underwears you can get. That's quite fun, but I think I had one and we just ate the sweets. Not off of me, just ate them. Ate them. But no, I completely agree. The idea of food anywhere, like in my bumhole, in my fanny, I don't know. There is a huge food fetish out there though with sex, and it's called messy play, messy sex. It's got many names. Oh, sploshing. Sploshing is where people are they get off on very, very messy food, so cream, custard, jelly, and that's I think that's sploshing.
I think
lots
like
of stuff.
Yeah, for some people it's like such a turn on, like seeing food dripping down a naked body. And
you always get the sort of hilarious, like, you know, whipped cream, cherry on the nipples, possibly banana. If you were with a guy and he was really into it, like, what would be your no-nos? What would you not go for?
I think I would say yes to everything sweet, to be honest.
Yeah.
If he was really into it.
I mean, what would you use that was savoury?
Yeah, I was just saying, savoury food and sex probably doesn't go together.
No, like bacon dripping on your stomach.
I find the idea of savoury food and like sex repulsive, but there definitely are some people out there that do like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like really fetishy stuff where it's like messy eating with like baked beans and like
baked beans is huge. I can't even soup.
But then and then like mixing savoury stuff like that, like with like making it really gross. That's gross to me.
I mean, I don't think I'd mind it. It's just the ball ache of the cleanup. It's just having to do all that and then cleaning up afterwards. Like, often or not, you fuck and it's late. Or it's really early in the morning, and the last thing you want to do is just go and shower before you go to bed.
Yeah.
But obviously,
you have
I think
to be really prepared.
I think if you were doing messy or like sploshing stuff, I saw a sploshing show actually.
Did you?
Where a girl was doing a lot of cream stuff, but this was like pouring cream, pouring it all over herself. But she was actually in a inflatable swimming pool when she did it, so easy cleanup. She just had to hop out and get in the shower. But also you think of like when cream and chocolate go off and if it gets caught in your hair and all that. I guess it's just as long as you wash afterwards, it's all fine.
I sort of thought like that I didn't really agree with it, but now we're doing this video, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's not actually that.
It's just like, don't do it. Wait.
Wait, maybe. The only thing I've really experienced is my boyfriend gargled whiskey in my pussy.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, how'd you do that?
He was basically drinking whiskey whilst eating me out, but then keeping the whiskey in his mouth.
And so he could taste the whiskey while he was eating your pussy. That's kind of cool, actually.
He loves whiskey, so... I don't mind. I don't mind.
Have you ever had sex with a vegetable, fruit, any kind of food insertion?
No.
Neither. They're always too fucking massive.
I think I definitely thought about it when I was like in the stage when I'd started masturbating, and I used to look around everywhere for things that I could put in myself. I was like, what can I make into a dildo?
Hairbrushes.
I never went that far.
Handles. That kind of thing.
Literally hairbrushes and like deodorants.
Yeah, deodorants, like that massive, thick, girthy.
I tried the deodorant and be like, no, this is not working.
No, let's not. Yeah, I definitely tried a few items. Mine was like really large glow sticks, which weren't
oh god, that's dangerous.
Correct. I know, imagine if that split inside me. But anyway, back to food. If you're too young to buy a sex toy, fruit is a good way to experiment, carrots and things. You just got to make sure you wash it, make sure you look after your pussy, and depending on how you feel about hygiene, I mean, I just slip it back in the family drawer. No one will know.
Oh my god.
No, I definitely
did you ever?
No, I never had a go actually. No. It never. I always sort of went, oh well, I'm gonna buy a sex toy. I'll use my fingers, and then as soon as I was 18, I
can definitely see why people do it.
Yeah, because like
you just have that urge.
If you're cooking together, or like and someone's feeling a bit kinky, and like slip it under and. I think that'd be pretty tasty actually.
So do you have any things that you wouldn't do?
No, I guess not really. Cream is a bit of a funny one, just because I know that when cream's left out too long and it gets too hot and it smells bad.
Yeah, it's not like the best smelling thing. Cream.
No. But I mean, it would have to take hours for you to leave it on there for it to do that.
Yeah, true.
I definitely tried chocolate, melted chocolate, and that's quite fun because when you melt chocolate, it's obviously quite hot. And so you get the whole hot and cold play with it. So you use cold cream, hot melted chocolate. But no, there's nothing I wouldn't necessarily do. But I also, it's completely separate for me as well.
Yeah.
When I'm hungry, I eat. When I'm horny, I want to fuck. I think it's too confusing.
Yeah. I never think, oh, let's dribble some honey on my tits.
Ooh, should do honey.
Actually, the savoury thing. People like barbecue sauce and like stuff like that.
I just thought. Yeah, so savoury. I have had sushi being eaten off me before. So that is food and play. But I saw it. I didn't even see it as like a food thing. I saw it as me being a slave and acting like a table for people to eat off of me.
Yeah.
And you do see it quite a lot where the girl is wheeled out and she's covered in sushi. You eat it off of the girl. But I think that's pretty hot. But then also the sushi got warm, and sushi's supposed to be eaten cold. And so I remember eating it. I was fed it off my own back and being like,
was it really gross?
It's just warm. And I can't stop thinking about my back. But that was fun. I guess, I'd never thought of the savoury one. So let us know if you've had any fun with food, or if you're thinking about it, if you're planning to have a go.
If you have had any bad experiences, funny experiences, because I'm sure, I feel like food and sex makes sex a bit funny.
Yeah,
it's
does.
kind of humorous in a way.
It makes it less serious. It's less of like a serious thing. That's more like fun and playful.
Exactly.
And it probably can help out a load of awkward situations. If you're with someone who's particularly awkward and you introduce food, it can make things lighthearted. So give it a go. Let us know.
Yeah, everyone loves food, so
deliciousness. Anyway,
see you next week. Subscribe.
Please. Bye.